What's up? Today we gonna get into it. We're gonna get deep into it, because I have some questions that need to be answered. I know you have a lot of questions that definitely. I know you're curious about a lot of things. You know what I mean? It's so much nobody does talk about that they should talk about. Um, like like AIDS. Like, you know what I mean? Like AIDS. We're gonna talk about AIDS. Um, we can get into the AIDS conversation because we're gonna talk about doing time with trannies and homosexuals, like blatant homosexuals, like blatant homosexual activity, and only in California. You know what I mean? I did a little county stay in Alabama, but I'd never, you know what I mean? That was on some, you know what I mean? It was weird. You know what I mean? It was in the county. There was no homosexual activity that I saw in the county. You know, where I was at, I didn't see any. You know, was it going on? It might have been going on behind closed doors. I'm talking about behind a closed door. Nobody knows what goes on in there but you and your celly. You know what I mean? Nobody knows. But there's places where they don't care if anybody knows, because that's how they living and that's how they getting down. Unfortunately, I was blessed and highly favored to where CDC Sacramento, they have a job to do. CDC in Sacramento have so many lawsuits. So here's the thing: you as a taxpayer, us as taxpayers, we're paying for a lot of the incidents that's happening in Sacramento. You know that, right? Where a person was accidentally shot by a guard, a person that had nothing to do with what was going on, because the guard didn't shoot the right person, or maybe he did shoot the right person, but the person had nothing to do with the incident. You know how often that happens? That happens very often. Where, okay, it's like look around. You see that building over there, and then here's some more buildings right here. Like, see this building? This building would have a lot of mini 14s in there. You know what I mean? Like, picture a building that's shaped like an octagon in the inside with the cells, except in the middle part there's a middle part up at the top, and it's like, you know, a window here, a window here, and a window here, right? So there's a window here, a window here, and a window here, and they could just stick, you know, an M16, a Mini 14, an AR out those windows, and unalive you if you don't if you don't put that knife down, and you keep trying to unalive who you trying to unalive, they gonna shoot you. That bullet is going into something, because I'm gonna tell you why. It's got to go into something. If that bullet come out and hit a concrete wall and ricochet off a wall and go into an innocent person, that's the saddest shit you've ever seen. And guards have to live with that every day. You shot Old Man Jenkins. I wasn't trying to. What he did is he shot, the bullet ricocheted off the concrete and went right into Old Man Jenkins and into his side, and he died. And Old Man Jenkins was supposed to go home in a year. He was there for domestic violence. But he was a 70-year-old man with a domestic violence charge. You know what I'm saying? He was a 70-year-old man who got a domestic violence charge at the age of 70. He already been in there 4 years, so he's like 40, he was like 70 something now. But he was an old man, like he was supposed to be getting out. Now, did he have family? He had a daughter. He had people that, you know what I mean, that cared about him, but he was old when he got his charge. You see what I'm saying? He was an old man when he got to his domestic charge. So a fight broke out. They tell everybody get on the ground. Everybody who's not involved, they stay up. Everybody who's not involved, get on the ground. So if you're not involved, you get on the ground. You know what I mean? They say down, down. Everybody gets on the ground that's not involved. If you involved, you stay up and you fight. You know what I mean? So The people involved are fighting. Boom, 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 boom. So you know, people got weapons. If you got weapons, it's finna you gonna start hearing explosions because they gonna shoot neutralizing gas. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty exciting. You know what I'm saying? But things are going off. Grenades are going off. I'm talking about flashbangs. Bang, boom. Gas. This is a neutralizing gas. That one whiff of it neutralizes you. It just stops you. It shuts you down instantly. Some people have become immune to certain sprays and gases that they got there, but this particular gas, nobody is immune to that particular gas. Nobody is immune to it. You hold your breath as long as you can and you keep fighting. Now what they will do is get down for a little bit, then jump back up and start fighting again. But once the guard shoots off that Mini 14, nobody keeps fighting. Everybody gets on the ground. And the reason why nobody fights is because usually that bullet is going into somebody and it's gonna maim and kill is what it's gonna do. So at one point in CDC, they were using an ammunition that it hits you and it explodes on contact, you instantly die. They had to stop using that ammunition. So the guards is like, man, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what you want us to do? So they had to stop using that ammunition. So now they're using a different ammunition, but here's the deal. That bullet has to go into something or someone. It cannot just be fired inside of the, you see the walls? It's all concrete. Inside of there is all concrete and then cell doors. So it's cell doors, all concrete. A big chunk. So if you get to firing at me with a 7.62 round or a 2.23 round or 5.56, it's more than likely it's gonna knock holes into the concrete, but it's gonna ricochet all off the ground and you'll see sparks. And you've never seen those kind of firearms being shot. Boom, 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 boom. Like you'll see the bullet ricochet off the ground like just bam. So like damn, the bullets periodically go into like, you know, people who had nothing to do with anything. So the Bulldogs and Sureños get into it. Bulldogs are a Central County gang. They're formerly part of the Norteño group, but they branched off, did their own thing. They're Bulldogs, but they up north. They're Northern Bulldogs. They get into it with the Sureños. Bulldogs rush the Sureños. So after a good couple of like 20, after about a minute of fighting, they fire off the gun. They fire off, you know, start firing off wooden projectiles. It's steps and stages to the Mini 14 or the AR. Or sometimes it's just so much hardware on the floor to where they ain't even finna give you the steps and stages. They just get the cracking with the Mini 14 because they trying to save a life. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times not everybody that's there is trying to participate. Only the guard knows what they doing. And sometimes they're trying to unalive a group that they don't like either. Like sometimes guards don't like certain groups. You know what I mean? But an innocent person can and will be hurt. You know what I mean? And when I say an innocent person, just like I just described that scenario to you, that man was 70 years old. He got in trouble for domestic violence when he was 70 years old. Him and his wife had a fight. He pushed her. At 70 years old, they sent him to prison. At 70 years old for domestic violence. Understand that. So he's in prison. He's been there 3 years. He got 1 more year left. The bullet ricochets off the ground and goes into the old man. You know what I'm saying? And he dies. Your tax dollars is paying his family right now. His family sued the hell out of CDC. You know how many cases CDC has where the family is settled out with millions of dollars? Millions of dollars. And that's why CDC is very, very skeptical about where they put people. Because if you somewhere you shouldn't have been, your family can sue the socks off their ass. And taxpayers is going to cover it. The taxpayers cover all debts. So if you're wondering why you pay taxes, that's one reason. When a cop shoots it, when a cop shoots somebody and they get found guilty and they got to pay the family, who you think paying that? Not the police department. The taxpayers is paying for that cop's mistake. It's always been the taxpayers that got to cover that debt. So all that little weird shit y'all be talking about, 50-50 yards and S&Y yards. When you get off the bus, the dude at the podium asks you, do you have any safety concerns? So if you say no, you don't, you're going to general population. Now, if they put you over there because he asks you at the podium, like when you have different stages of prison. You the main line, and then the main line is not reception. Reception is not the main line. Reception is a part where you're being introduced into CDC, the correctional department. You're being introduced into whether you could be amongst these people, or do we have to put you over here because it might suit your concerns. Because as a man, you know, if you consider yourself a man, you know, you probably wouldn't be okay over here. You know what I mean? You probably wouldn't be comfortable over here, because over here you're gonna see transgenders, like dudes with penises and dudes with breasts. You'll see dudes with breasts and penis. You'll see dudes kissing. You know what I mean? You'll see a dude in the bed with his mate. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a part of prison that I'm familiar with, because Sacramento didn't feel that I don't think he should be over there. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like, maybe it's best that he be here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't think my mind might not be okay with being over here. You see what I'm saying? Because it's about their safety as well as your safety. Do you get what I'm saying? Just because they're gay like that don't mean that they're not evil and wicked either. It might have been safer for me to be in general population than to be over here, just to be honest with you, because these people are, some of them, you'll be amazed at what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? And people don't talk about it because they can't talk about it. You see what I'm saying? How many dudes have you ever met in your whole life that got out of jail and said, yeah, man, I was PC'd up right out the gate. Yeah, I did most of my time in protective custody. You ain't never met a man do that. And I want to say something to you niggas that's like that. You a real punk piece of shit. You know that, right? You a real punk piece of shit ass motherfucker. You know that. All this time, you got kids that's growing up watching you get out of jail with all these muscles and shit. Because I had more muscles out of jail than I did in jail. Want to talk about that? I had more muscle definition before I went to prison. Before I was ever locked up, I had muscles already before I got locked up. I had a whole bunch of issues about that, but we'll talk about that after we talk about this. All of us, we grow up, we see certain homies get out, they got their tank tops on, they got little bitty ass legs, but got 19-inch arms, and they sitting there, they got the ponytail, you know what I mean, and this and that, and they teardrops on their face, and this nigga ain't even tell you his ass is a whole PC. You could have saved, them little kids looked up to you. They looked up to you until they emulated you and started doing what you doing. Now they from the same hood you from. Now they go to jail, and then they got to find out for themselves that, oh, this is a whole bunch of bullshit. Like, oh man, this is some bullshit. And you could have saved them that whole journey. And you niggas never do. And now that the internet exists, y'all want to have fraudulent conversations and then argue back and forth about who's real, who's fake, who's a PC, who ain't. You've never met a nigga in your life get out of jail and say, man, I was PC'd the whole time, bro. Yeah, man, they didn't have me in general population, my nigga. I was PC'd up the whole time. I've never heard no conversation like that in my life. I would turn my whole life around if I heard that conversation. I would literally turn my life around. There's no need for me to fuck with this shit. All this shit is bullshit. I'm finna go meet some decent people. Man, I'm finna try to work every kind of job I can work. I'm gonna be a roofer, a tar spreader, a fucking mechanic. I'm gonna do everything besides this shit, because this shit weird. This shit totally weird. And you niggas will get mad at me, oh, you ain't no real nigga like that, then I sock you out or shoot you. Oh, now I'm a crash out. Now I'm the weird motherfucker. And I hate you people that do that. And I don't hate too many people. As big as this planet is, as big as this whole world is, I might only dislike maybe 2 or 3 people in it. So that should let you know what kind of weird type of time you motherfuckers be on. Like, man, this is a big ass world, and I only dislike like 2, 3 people. Y'all get up here and be like, oh, don't never hurt a girl, don't never hit a girl, but you got this bitch over here tearing my shit up. This bitch over here trying to destroy me. And y'all ain't helping and ain't doing shit. Y'all say a lot of shit that don't make no sense. And it only really affects certain people. You got bitches not want to even talk to men no more. These bitches want to talk to other bitches. And I'm cussing because I mean what the hell I'm saying. I done watched the whole female get dressed up like a dude and come over here and talk to some females. I don't blame you. I don't blame you women. I say, man, hey, all you sisters start dressing like dudes and start fucking with each other. Because these niggas, you don't even know these niggas. These niggas don't tell you what they doing up in there. They don't even tell you how they really living up in there. These niggas are gay. And these some gay niggas that will kick your ass and kill you. These niggas I'm talking about, these are some top of the line gay motherfuckers that will kick your ass and kill you. I've never wanted to put my penis inside of a man, his mouth or his behind. I just never had that interest. Now, I have wanted to do it to some females, though. I have wanted to put my thing in a couple of girls' butts, but that don't make me gay. It's a female. But I've never thought about being with a man, not once. Not one time. And then you have prison gangs. Now, you'll have a person like, oh, man, everybody do it, man, everybody do it. Nigga, shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. That's because you wasn't beheading niggas. You wasn't sticking them up like that. Because, trust me, they not going to have them around you. They not finna have niggas around you like that. You want to know where I got some game from? Yeah, from the brand, nigga. I got my game from some white boys. Or one white boy particular named Evil from NLR. Now, you can talk some super nigga shit if you want to. I read this nigga paperwork. A white boy from NLR. And he's about 6'5", 6'8". This motherfucker's big. And he looks like a fucking cop. Baby blue eyes. He ain't on no drugs and none of that shit, and he's massive. And he has cut motherfuckers up. I'm not telling his business. I know his business, but check this shit out. This has got to hit you where it needs to hit you, because you niggas, you do a whole lot of talking. You niggas do a whole lot of talking, and you discredit other motherfuckers, and then when a motherfucker say, hey man, let's go and get down. Let's go and let's line this up real quick. No cameras in the hood. Man, that's a violation. You know what I mean? Hold on, man. Fag on the play on that one. This and that. Oh, nigga, that's lightweight telling. Nigga finna sock your ass out because you over here lying on the internet. Nigga finna stab you and shoot you on camera and see if you gonna tell on the nigga that just did the shit. That's what niggas is finna do. We finna clear the air real fucking quick. That's why I'm finna tell you this story I'm gonna tell you. It's because you motherfuckers don't have no fucking clue. This motherfucker was a solid ass prison gang member. Do you know the difference between a motherfucking California prison gang member? This motherfucker walked in the tank with a stack of paperwork, right? And he was big. Now, this is my first time ever being locked up. But I'm already muscular, right? So this motherfucker comes in, and I'm talking. He's talking to me, and he has a very distinctive voice. He sounds like a little bitty dude, like a little man inside of you, but he's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like your voice don't match your body. You know what I mean? And so it's like I'm just tripping off of him and shit, right? So he gets to talking to me. And the whole time he's talking to me, he's talking about putting in fucking work. But he's talking about putting in work on his own people. Now, I'm sitting here looking him dead in the face, and this motherfucker done cut up 90% of his cellies. Do you want to know why he cutting them up? I could tell you his business, hold on, because it ain't snitching. Because he ain't getting out. He's for his shit. This motherfucker's with this nigga's he's what it is. And it was only one of him. Them white boys was them. It was about 26 white boys in that holding tank. Some of them were older, some of them were middle-aged, but I was in my 20s. I was about 24, 25. Man, they started walking away from this motherfucker when he said he was from NLR. They literally, the white boy, it was a white boy that was on the other side behind him doing like this. Don't fuck with him. No, don't want to get, because you want to know why? This motherfucker ain't gonna never be, he's never gonna mainline. He's gonna go to the shoe and he ain't never getting out. You better not put him nowhere. He's that serious. You put him anywhere outside of that shoe and he gonna clean up. He come to eat. That motherfucker mean all business, and I respect him. And he respect me. And he better, if we don't respect each other, one of us has to bleed. And he ain't gonna play when he come to get me. He finna try to kill me. He gonna really get me. So when I seen his paperwork, you know how I am. Hey, let me see your paperwork. Cause I happen to see some colored photos. I get to going through his shit. First 2 pages. He done cut Beetlejuice up. Beetlejuice is a white boy all tatted up. Beetlejuice did some goofy shit or whatever Beetlejuice did, but he sliced Beetlejuice throat so bad, Beetlejuice blood went from the cell all the way to the fucking podium. You know how much blood is in a human body? All that blood went straight down to that podium. And I'm looking at it. So I go to the next one. He cut up another celly. This time he cut this dude up because there was some issues going on. The word came down. They had to take care of something. He had to take care of something. This dude didn't want to be with it. He was like, nah, man, I ain't with it. So in the morning, he jumped down there and tightened his ass up. You know what I mean? Next time you better be with it. You know what I'm saying? Next time you better be with it. Boom, that was the next dude. The next dude was a black dude from Long Beach. A black dude from Long Beach by the name of, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna say his last name is Moore. His first initial is A. A black dude from Long Beach. He got his nickname starts with an L. But his last name is Moore and his first name starts with an A. This nigga, this happened in the county jail though. Not prison this time. See? So in the county jail, A. Moore goes to court. He gets life. It's a little bitty white boy on the phone. Little bitty white boy. Evil and them is up in the cells, upstairs. Oh boy, the Crip, he come in. Hey man, tell the white boy, hey, get off the phone. Man, I need to use this phone, man. They just gave me life, you know what I mean? Man, I need to use this phone. So he just punks the little wood. Evil shouts down, hey, why you picking on the little wood? Man, let him do his call. The brother, he go off. Man, I got life, nigga. I'm not trying to hear that shit right now. I need to call my people. They gave my ass life. You know what I'm saying? Evil and them say, okay. Evil say, okay. All right. Couple of weeks pass. This is how you lull the enemy to sleep. But not only do you lull the enemy to sleep, a lot of times niggas just be a lot of fucking talk. A lot of hot air and don't have the gumption or the gall. You see how you got life and you don't want to be there. But on the streets, you want to do everything that'll get you life. And that's what the white boy knows. Y'all love sliding, having the pistol. You love having the banger. Y'all like shooting until you get caught, then you start crying. Then you want to get out of jail and go home. Please, I don't want to go to jail. But you was all hopping out with the gun, sliding around, and you straight hook. And not even knowing you a hook like that. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that it's not your fault that you don't attribute nothing that stands for something sometimes. You see how the white boy, yeah, I know what I did and I'm okay with it and I got things to take care of. The black man, total opposite. Only certain black men that I will divulge later that is sort of like the white man. You see? And he's the reason that you can't be everywhere. You got to stay your ass away from him because you signed up. You signed up to play, but once the game started, you want to change the rules. It don't work that way. It doesn't work that way for me, doesn't work that way for the white boy, and it doesn't work that way for you. And this is where protective custody comes in and 50-50 come in, and people feel that y'all want to just do what y'all want to do and change the rules. When there's something after you and you just running from it. But it doesn't work that way. If something is chasing you, you are a part of that something. That's the only reason something would be chasing you. Prison doesn't work that way where you just come and just start picking on weak people. It don't work that way. That prison hasn't been like that in years. That's a long time ago. Those days don't exist in prison no more, where you come through and you just scary and everybody know you scary. A lot of times people, you don't get points for fucking over real scary people. You know what I mean? Usually it would be a non-affiliate that slid up under the scary dude so he could take care of him or extort him. A lot of dudes paid for protection. You'll find that out. You'll find that out. If a real scary dude came in, he was paying for protection, you get the right people on your side and won't nobody fuck with you. You won't even have one fist fight or argument if you had the right people around you. I was blessed and highly favored. I had a lot of good people around me. I was blessed and highly favored. I had some real people around me. But this white dude right here, right? I've only met a couple of people like him. Like maybe three. So you lull the enemy to sleep. Mr. Moore, A. Moore comes out, it's Canteen. And I know this county because this is the county jail I was in. They doing Canteen. What they do is they stick your bag through this tray slot. Okay? The lady is sticking his Canteen through the tray slot and she's got nurses scrubs on. Usually they be real pretty girls. Evil comes, grabs him, pulls his neck back and slices his throat with hardback razors. You know what hardback razors are? Hardback razors are not shaving razors, but the box cutting razors that you get from the outside. There was an undercover scandal that isn't an undercover scandal where the sergeant and the lieutenant and them were connected to the Aryan Brotherhood and racist groups. They was giving them hardback razors and knives, not shaving shit, because you can't get shaving shit in the county like that. You don't get a razor in there like that. Or if you do get a razor, you got to turn it in with the razor attached. If you give a razor back and there's no razor there, you already got a new charge and you go into the hole. You don't stay there with us while that razor is missing. So don't let nobody lie to you like, oh man, you are not in California jail. This is the county jail to state prison. You not finna tell these lies. You not finna tell these lies. So when he slashed his throat, right? I'm talking about when he grabbed him, he pulled down and he slashed his throat. The blood goes all over the Canteen lady. So the Canteen lady is totally frightened. I'm talking about a water hose of blood just sprayed her. She drops the Canteen, she's running. The cops ain't even in a rush to come get these niggas. They don't. The sheriffs is supposed to come out of the bubble and come in and help. They don't. So the other white boy that was his cellie, who better had been with it, like I told you what happens when you're not with it, he rushed some more. He rushed some more people at the table. He rushed some more brothers. So it's two white boys and some brothers. The brothers is running and screaming. They all in the paperwork telling on the white boy. I read the paperwork for myself. I said they name. The victim told. The nigga that was reading the law book that got slashed up, he told. Since when you tell on a white boy? What kind of weird shit is that? You ain't even black no more, you tell on some white folks. That's crazy. If you would sit there and write a complaint about the police and then snitch on a goddamn wood, man, I ain't fucking with you. And you supposed to be a motherfucking Crip. That's crazy. And you niggas got the nerve to call somebody a buster. You a whole hook thinking these niggas is solid ass niggas. Oh man, the Crip homies. Now I'm with this Crippin'. You a goddamn fool and you a puppet for their ass. You a motherfucking punk and a puppet. Solid, nigga. I don't need monetization. I got a goddamn job where I have to work. I'ma work till I die. And I'm happy to wake up and go to work. but I don't like no punk shit. And y'all be sitting here selling to me. You know what? Black men been working for the white man for a long time because it's lucrative. It's lucrative. You want to know why it's better to work for them? Because you don't want their ass slashing your ass up and hanging you up from a fucking tree because you ain't got the... Take a stand and die. What happened to a slave that didn't want to work? He died. So, man, I don't feel like working today. And you died. Motherfucker rather go to work. Shit, you want me to get all this up? What you need me to do? Motherfucker, didn't he work? Don't lie to me. You motherfuckers get on this internet and tell some whoppers. And then directly call somebody else a punk. Oh, man, this nigga Buster. Oh, this nigga Buster. Can you prove it on camera? Can you prove it? And black people are so entertained by it. Y'all want to see bitches fight and all that shit. Get drunk and fight. Baddies. What other shit y'all be wanting to look at? I like baddies. You know what I mean? But, you know, some of that shit just... Y'all more gangster than you know what? For y'all to be entertainers and snooty and uppity and shit and gotta have all this money and shit, y'all act a lot worse than hood niggas. Y'all act worse than hood bitches and niggas. Y'all got a whole mimosa in your hand and finna fight. I wish this bitch would come in here. I'm finna beat this bitch up. You got a $500 wig on, nails and toes did. You know what I mean? You got a $400 little bottle of cologne on, and you finna fight this bitch. You couldn't wait to beat her up when you seen her. And this is what entertains colored people. But you saw that big old... I keep pointing up because he was a big ass white boy. If it was me, he could have snatched me up. But I'm a fight. I didn't say he wasn't, he couldn't, because you capable. He's got everything it takes to fuck me up. You got all the tools. All the tools to snap my neck or slash me up or do whatever you want. He has the tools. But he does it ritualistically. So what I'm saying to you about him is people avoid him. His own kind avoids him. Like, shit, no, you can't pay me to be around this motherfucker. This motherfucker is it. This is what the movies is made about. The shit that they make movies about is the shit he does. And then next thing you know, they started working for the brand. They started being you know who the brand is, don't you? The top of it. If it ain't white, it ain't right. You know that, right? It's the top of it. It's the top. It's the top of the food chain, baby. See, I'm black. I don't got no reason to be scared of them. Because white business ain't black people business, is it? So what I look like being scared? Oh, the Mexican mafia over there, so what? I'm black. What I look like being scared of them? I ain't none of their business and they ain't none of mine. So what you want to do? Yeah, did you know some niggas told me that? Yes, a certain type of niggas told me that. Because niggas tend to be scared of certain shit. Like, oh man, I'm scared of the Mexican mafia. What you doing scared of them? You ain't none of their business. You are business. Don't ever let me hear you say you scared of them, or let me hear you say you scared of no other group. You are business. You ain't none of their business. Scared of them for? Never be scared of none of them. Yeah, and you get a discipline or you get fucked up. One of the two. Yeah, but y'all niggas crippin' telling on the nigga. You know, so I'm looking at him and we getting into a heavy conversation now. Our conversation is so heavy. And so this motherfucker, nobody wants to be around him because he's a prison gang member. So do you know what that means? He immediately told me where we were at. This prison is soft. I'm not staying here. You didn't know it's people like that exist inside of the California institutions? This pen is soft. I'm not staying here. I'm going to do what I got to do to get off this line. I'm not staying here. You know what I'm saying? He said they're going to send me straight to the hole. I already know it already. So I'm still holding on to all this fucking paperwork of his. And it's a lot of blood in the human body, but he going to get it out of you if that's what a job calls for. You see what I'm saying? Like, I done some dirt and I done did some shit. But I think he a little bit more bloody than me. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it a total band with you. I know for a fact this motherfucker's more bloody than I am. You know what I'm saying? My paperwork might be about that big. I think I got like 6 pieces of paper in my folder. My confidential C file may only have my medical records, which they have access to all your medical records, and whatever my controlling case was, and everything I've ever been convicted of, which is probably maybe like 6 pieces of paper. This motherfucker has a cool stack of paperwork, and guess what? He just got out of the county goddamn jail. They gave him 30 years. They was trying to give him RICO but couldn't. Then they hit him with Vicari. They tried to hit him with Vicari based on the fact that he was from NLR. They sent his ass. He went to, we at Wasco State Prison. D is, I don't know if it was D yard, but it's the hole over there where it's all fucked up. And it's just, you're just encased in concrete. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to see much at all. Matter of fact, I don't even think it matters if you see anything. I think whatever he need to take care of, or if your name came across that desk, that's it. And he not trying to go home. But hold on, let me clear this up. He wasn't a bum on the streets. He wasn't a methed out monster on the streets. He wasn't sleeping in the back of cars and shit on the streets. This motherfucker had homes to go to. People had nice cars, got pretty women that you actually want to go home to and have sex with, not pretend to like them just to get out of the streets. These motherfuckers actually had bad bitches, motorcycles, boats, houses. This motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Costa Mesa. You know what Costa Mesa is? That's not like Venice Beach and Dock Wilder. That the water's all dirty over there. They water's a little bit blue. This shit's blue. The houses is different. Now, there's a ghetto in a backwooden alley in every place. I'm quite sure he knows about it. You know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker means business. And it was all about respect. It's all about respect. You see what I'm saying? It's all about respect. And I'm not done telling the story because it's that encounter with him. I'm not on the main line. I'm in reception. That prison gang member right there, cops didn't fuck with him. They wanted to lock him up and get him wherever he needed to be immediately before he hurt somebody. A cop. If he was to cut a cop up, he wouldn't have gave no shits. Whatever it was something that I can't touch. There's some things that are bigger than you and bigger than me. And he belonged to something that I'm divulging some information to where your people and mine were tattling on this man. And that's the shamefulest shit I've ever seen in my life. Where you a whole black man and you tattling on a white boy. I think that's sad. And then you say, what's up, cuz? And then you got the nerve to say, well, this nigga ain't no Crip. I was totally done with that shit. So when I got to the main line and I saw how certain Crips was acting, right? Oh man, don't call that nigga cuz, he ain't no Crip. I'm like, these are the same weirdos that's in that boy's paperwork. Same type of niggas. Y'all come to the yard with a fucking coffee mug. Y'all don't come to work out. Y'all didn't bring a knife with you. You niggas came to the yard with a fucking coffee mug. You niggas came to prison and y'all been there so long, y'all say the same stupid shit. Nigga, I've been doing this shit. Nigga, I've been doing this shit. Nigga, what you think I've been doing this? Nigga, I've been down a long time. I done seen them come and I done seen them go. Yeah, nigga, when that time come, I want to see all of that conviction you got when them white boys get off. When that white boy get off, because he'll run right past me and go for y'all. And I want to see that same energy that you had for your people and I got the same skin as you, nigga. And you hate me. You think I'm a buster. You think I'm weak. I don't owe you niggas nothing. And you keep on, oh man, you don't got no subs, no views, you chasing clout. Nigga, anybody that like you is just as weird as them niggas I'm talking about. I don't care about who I offend. I'm gonna offend you. Cause I can. I'm gonna offend you. If you crippin', I'm disappointed in you. If you crippin', I'm disappointed in you. I'm totally disappointed in you if you crippin'. Nigga, cause the Bloods, You got the United Blood Nation and the Bloodline still cracking in the institutions. They still in that motherfucker. And they mad at the Bloods who be doing shit to each other on the streets. Blood, I don't understand that shit, Blood. Y'all was fucking this up. Those are conversations I heard with Bloods because I got to be around Bloods. I got to be around some of the nucleus. I got to be around some strong Bloods. I got to be around Bloods who had the perfect hatred for the opposition. A Blood ain't gonna call you Blood unless he sees you as family or it slipped out his mouth. But if he say, because you can't do that, there's rules in there. You can't go up to a non-affiliate and call him Blood and somebody hear you, they gonna think he a Blood. They gonna want him be brought to the table. You called him Blood though, man. That's the homie. Yeah, but he neutral. He not. Well, you got to bring him to the table because niggas heard you calling him Blood. So you got to bring him to the table. You can't just run around calling people cuz, because it's a camaraderie thing. If I call you cuz, it's a camaraderie. It's a privilege and an honor. That's what it is. Like, man, what's happening, Blood? Shit, it's a privilege and an honor to be called that. It's a certain standard to be upheld. I didn't see no Bloods on his paperwork. I saw Crips. So with that being said, niggas, I love Cutter, man. Y'all quick to tell somebody else they ain't a Crip real quick. That's why I say, you know what, you can have that shit. I ain't tripping. I did some shit on the yard that I was supposed to get killed for. On the yard, I was supposed to get killed every yard I go to. I was finna stop gang banging and not fuck with nobody. And go home and have a decent life. And I was ready to defend my decision. Like, nigga, I ain't with none of that shit and I'ma stab a nigga about it. I'm not with none of that shit and I'ma stab a nigga about it. I come to the yard every day. Name a time I didn't come to the yard. I came to the yard every time I was asked. Then after that, I was told that yard is mandatory. So niggas came to my cell and was like, hey, you gotta come to the yard, homie. I was like, man, I don't really want to be associated with it. I just do me. I don't want nobody controlling me. I want to just do me. Right? I found out that's not how that shit worked, and I have to adhere to things. There's rules that I had to adhere to that, boom. Okay, cool. I come to the yard. Okay, the nigga ain't scary, but damn, it's his first time in here. Yes, it's my first time in here. I don't be in here like y'all. You know what I mean? I don't be in here like y'all. You know what I mean? What's up? I come to the yard with my paperwork, right? Because I take my paperwork. You know what your paperwork is, right? Every conviction you ever had, every conviction you ever had. Anything you got arrested for? No. Every conviction you ever had. And the details of your court case and your trials. Boom. What you here for? Bam. I come with my paperwork. I hand it to the homie. I hand it to a brother. Boom. Whoa, what's this? It's my paperwork. Oh, no, I don't need to see it. You good? If you wasn't good, you wouldn't even be here if you wasn't good. I'm like, you're not supposed to bring your paperwork to the yard? Okay, cool. Every cellie I ever had, I handed my paperwork as soon as I step in their cell. Because I've only had cellies that were lifers. I never had a cellie that was going home anytime soon. Every cellie I had was a lifer. I used to think the police was doing it on purpose until I started doing time. Then the police started developing respect for me. The correctional officers started developing respect for me. So I realized that it is what it is, and that wasn't what it was. Respect has to be earned. You know what I'm saying? And at first, I didn't have that respect from them. And I get that. You know what I'm saying? I was full of adrenaline, and after being around evil, yeah, I was kind of paranoid. I was jittery. You know what I'm saying? Because the closest person to you is the person that's going to do you. You can't stab nobody from over there. You got to get up on them. That's up close and personal. Cutting somebody's throat, stabbing them. You know what I mean? That shit's up close and personal. You know how you get stabbed, right? Fucking standing still. You can't stab a person that's moving unless they just got a hold of your ass and trying to give you the business, right? That's the difference between a a protective custody yard and a general population yard. The general population yard, when you are in reception is not the main line. So it's not a sensitive needs yard, it's not a 50-50 yard, it's not PC, it's not the FOO. It's called reception. Reception is a go-between to see which direction you are going in. CDC is trying to calculate what suits your needs to where you don't hurt nobody and don't nobody hurt you. You know, if we put you over there, you might turn into a different character if we put you over here. Like, you could be recruited by a prison gang and become one of the worst things that CDC has going on. That happens to people. That's why CDC says we have to figure out where we can put you to where they don't get a hold of you and make you a worser human being, or you don't get victimized and be raped and then things like that happen. So that's what reception is about. So they ask you, do you have any safety concerns or anything like that when you get to the podium? You say, I've seen, and this is what I've seen. I've seen dudes say, yeah, I got sensitive needs. He tells you to get out of line and go over there. Then you go over there, go to the left. Go to that door on the left. So when you get to the podium, you have any safety concerns, anything we need to know about? You have any issues? Because here, this is going to determine where you're going to go. Whether you go over here and you go to general population, or you have to, you know what I mean? You can't, if you have safety issues, say so now. I have safety issues. Boom, you go over here. They take you right over here. So if you don't know what yard a nigga was on, that's a damn lie. CDC stopped doing that shit back in the 80s and the 90s. They ask you right there at the podium when you get there, do you have any safety concerns or any safety issues? You say, oh no, I'm fine. You going straight over here with the real deal. And when I say the real deal is being kept somewhere where you haven't earned that yet to go where they at yet. You haven't earned that yet. But you're in the little training. It's like you on the grounds to be, you know, this general population is where it determines the caliber of person you are, what kind of soldier you are, what kind of lieutenant you gonna be, what kind of charisma you got, your machismo. Bam. Now, when it comes to black prison gangs, a lot of y'all don't know, and not gonna know. You can't recruit a nigga that's been PC'd up before, or a nigga that got rolled up off of a yard. No prison gang is gonna recruit a nigga that got jumped, got rolled up off a yard. So if you got, let's say we're in Centinela. Centinela has A yard, B yard, C yard, and D yard, and then it has E yard. E yard is a level 1. Level 1 is actually, there ain't even a fence around level 1. You could just literally walk home if you decided to, like, you know what? I really don't want to be here. And you can walk out the thing. That's level 1. And some level 2s are like that. Like, I'm just going to jog all the way home. You could do that on level 1, level 2, certain ones. But level 3, level 4, level 5, never. You probably going to be in your cell right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a total different ball game. This is a total different ball game. It's a total different ball game. So a lot of times, those that play the game, those that are supposed to be who they supposed to be, you could be PC'd up in the county jail. And then when you get to reception, turn around and go to general population in prison. Ask me how it's done. I've only seen a few people do it, but they wasn't black people. These fools, these dudes are different. You know what I'm saying? So they be PC'd up in the county, and then it was like, man, you was in PC in the county. Now he over here on the main line in general population, and after a while, whatever it was, might catch up with him, might not catch up with him. Depends on if he doing a life sentence or not. A lot of them dudes that are doing a life sentence, shit catches up with them periodically, and they get rolled off a yard. That's how they live their life, doing their time like that. You see what I'm saying? So what is a 50-50 yard? A 50-50 yard don't make no sense. You got people that's after the bad people on the same yard. So I don't get it. Like, This is a half good yard, half PC yard. The good dudes are trying to get the bad dudes all the time. That's why you have general population in protective custody. General population is at PCs. PCs are at general population. So how can you make a 50-50 yard? What made you decide to make that some content? I'm gonna tell you the most powerful shit that some niggas told me. Black folks are a powerful liaison to the white man that kills the black man. Because a nigga don't care about nothing but taking care of his family, and he'll do it by any means. And that means murdering, slaughtering his own people, long as his people live comfortably. And the best way to spin that narrative is to turn around and tell you, well, why you didn't help that black lady over there? Why you didn't help? Because that black lady stole from them people and they're kicking their ass now, that's why. I learned that from my mom. I used to want to help people, and then Mom, they chasing that dude, let me help him. Yeah, what did he do? Before you go help him, what did he do? And I learned not to do that. And then it happened to me a few times. I want to go back up a homie. I'm like, shit, I got my homie back. Take the pistol. Yeah, I'm a youngster too. I'm like 15. I'm 15. I got the pistol. What's up, nigga? Hop out and I'm a bust on these niggas. No, hold on. The niggas come to my house before I could even go with some. The niggas that's on him get a hold of me. They knew some people that knew me. Hey man, that nigga that you fucking with did this, and this and that. He said niggas jumped him. He had a head up fight and lost. We ain't jumped that nigga. I'm like, well shit, man, the homie come over here talking about y'all jumped him, my nigga. That ain't cool. Butch, ain't nobody jumped him, my nigga. He had a head up fight and he ain't lost. So the homie come and said, hey man, my simple thing, I'm 15. You finna get down again with him. Y'all two finna get down again. This gonna determine if the homie was lying or not. The nigga fired on the homie like 2 times, the nigga all in the bushes. I'm like, oh, you bitched out. Oh, nigga, I pick you. I'm like, he cool, my nigga, he cool, man. He was like, see, Butch, he was finna have you over there. Finna have me all the way over there. On one. And that's the type of lame shit niggas be doing. Now, he wasn't from the set, but he's an associate of mine. And that's the type of goofy shit. Whoa, I'm gonna help him right or wrong. No, wrong is wrong. There is no right in any of what you just did. There is no right in nothing that was just did in those scenarios. And you niggas got all the clout that be saying the weirdest shit. Yeah. Oh, you just chase clout and this and that. Bruh, don't hurt the messenger. Because the message that I got is this is a real message. This is a real message. How many of these niggas on this YouTube shit had a life sentence that don't have it no more? Y'all got that life sentence and couldn't do it. Did you realize that? You had that life sentence and couldn't do it. You was miserable from day one. You was miserable from day one. As soon as the cuss got slapped on you, you did shit to get you a life sentence, turned around, got captured for whatever it was that you were indulging in or you were accused of, and then what? Was miserable from go. Not one time did you say, hey man, this is where I'm supposed to be, like that white boy. This is what my job calls for, and I'm not done. Yeah, I didn't even think like that, and I don't want to think like that, but I have to now. I don't think like that, but I have to. You want to know why I have to? That motherfucker opened my eyes to some shit. This shit really exists. He lives in here. He murders. Easily. Don't lose no sleep. The police don't fuck with him because they might not make it home. They make movies about this. They make Shot Caller. You ever seen Shot Caller? That's why that's my favorite movie. Shot Caller is my favorite fucking movie because that white boy is exactly like that shit right there. But you niggas pushing Crip, man, I went right in there and covered up the 3 and came to the yard. Pa Rubin from Skyline did my back on. He wasn't going to. I broke so many rules in prison, and it's because that the people such as my big homie Cartoon, such as different people that know certain people, certain homies know certain homies. You know, hey man, this nigga don't be in prison like that. This is first time, man. You know, this and this and this and that. I'm gonna tell you who inspired me to just want to just get tattoo real shit and not tattoo no bullshit. A lot of times black art is kind of like a matter of opinion, but then it's like abstract. A lot of black art be abstract. But did you think about how it was gonna look when you get older? So then I started seeing people that had real tattoos. Like that leopard looked just like a real leopard. That eagle looked like a real eagle. That fish looked like it really come out of the water. And then you have people with bullshit tattoos. I'm like, I don't want my tattoos to be no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, and then it was niggas that was hating. You know, because a lot of times black people, they don't like each other. Light-skinned blacks don't get along with dark-skinned blacks. Mixed niggas don't get along with black niggas. You think you better than me, or you conceited? Are you more pretty? I ain't never met a pretty nigga before. That sound weird. But they'll call you a pretty nigga if you mix with something or if you light-skinned it. Yeah, that's some fucked up black people shit that y'all need to work on. Nigga, I'm a pretty boy. Yeah, how pretty are you? You know, I be wanting to ask the white dude, because I can hang with him. What you think about this pretty dude that just walked up? He laughing. You walked up wanting to be pretty, and you finna get your ass slashed up and then tell like the mother motherfuckers that was in his paperwork. Say his business. Say his business. Say his business. That's the realest shit you heard, huh? You finna go right over there, do some nigga shit, and get fucked up, start running and getting chased, and then tell in verbatim. They pressed charges on that man. I was so ashamed because Crips keep doing that type of shit. Y'all don't stop. Y'all don't stop. Y'all won't stop. And hence where sensitive need yards come in and protective custody yards come in. It's just easier for y'all to go over there and keep on doing bullshit than to have to stay over here and get your head knocked off for the fucked up shit you do. That's the difference. If I stay over here, I'm gonna get whacked. Why? What are you doing? I've never seen them hurt somebody that never does nothing. Like even Evil. Buddy, his name is Buddy Grant. He's in there. He ain't coming home. Whatever he did to where he could come home, he made sure that he wasn't gonna come home. You see how I'm talking about that organization? I'm speaking fear I'm talking about this organization that this man is from, and I have nothing but things that make you quiver and cringe. Now, let's talk about the Crips. You got what's Crip Mac on here, Snoop Dogg. Then you got some other niggas over here, and you can talk about me if you want to, my nigga. But the truth is the truth. You can't stand right here with me with no camera rolling and swear by me I'm gonna be a punk. Nah, you can't. I know we know some of the same people, been on some of the same yards, and I'm telling you the whole truth. I covered up the 3. I got a 5 and a 3 on my back arms. I had no other tattoos. I had this Chinese writing on my forearm. Look at my fish. Look at my koi fish. My koi fish, look at all this stuff. And then your ink starts running together if you don't separate it right. My tribal marking is badass, right? Pa Ruben sitting there doing my tat. Let me tell you how this went. I had my baby mama send some markers and some stuff I was supposed to make cards with. Pa Ruben needed them because he make cards and he sell them. So he told me, get me this and get me that, and I'll do your tattoos for you. He said, but I gotta ask your homies first. So he gotta go to my car and ask, can he tattoo on me? So when he come back, he laughed and he said, you don't know no better, huh? I'm like, what's happening? He was like, I can't tattoo, I can't do that. I said, why? I bought you all this stuff. So I handed him all this stuff and gave him some more, right? Because I got food. My child's mother sent it to me, Monica. He like, you're not supposed to do that. Your homies like, if you really want to, get other stuff, yeah, that's cool, but you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. You gotta wait till you get out to do it. I did that shit anyway. I come to the yard. My celly tell instantly. He go to the yard because my celly, he not from 60s, but he live in 60s. He's lightweight 60. My celly was lightweight 60. You know what I mean? But he hit the yard like, man, I told him not to do that. He did it anyway. So they come raise my sleeve up, saw my back on me like, he did a good job. You the first nigga that done did some shit like that. That shit came out pretty damn good. But why you do that? I said, man, I'm finna get new tattoos. I wanted what Hank and them had in Building 2 with Kerry Lathan and them. It was some Asian brothers over there in Building 2. They had portraits of different shit and they were tattoo artists, but they shit was immaculate. I wanted them to, give me the Yakuza sleeve, you know what I mean? But I wanted a short sleeve. So you wouldn't have been able to tell unless I took my shirt off. I could still wear a suit and you wouldn't be able to tell. So that was my plan I'm gonna get out looking right. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be a better me. You know what I mean? A better version of me. You know what I mean? That shit, nah, them niggas wasn't having that shit. Anything that was like for bettering, like, you know what I mean? Man, I'm finna leave this alone. No, nigga, you can't do that shit. And I'm looking at these niggas and I'm like telling myself, like, man, I don't have to do what you tell me to do, but I do have to do it. I'm like, man, I'm finna be a better me. I don't need this shit. I'm saying that to myself and them niggas ain't letting me. Like, nigga, you better wait till you go home, nigga. Wait till you go home. Do not cover up nothing else. I was supposed to get stabbed and rolled off the yard for that shit. I didn't know that. I had no clue, no knowledge that I was supposed to get stabbed for that and get rolled up. I had no knowledge that was because I did it and I came to the yard and I had no knowledge of it. They told on me. This nigga covering up his tattoos, this nigga tripping, you know what I mean? Hey, he in there tripping, man, they getting tatted up. Yeah, it came out, it's a hell of I designed my own tribal markets. You know what I'm saying? You get deep, you know what I mean? I love my tattoos. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some more. I had no knowledge that I wasn't supposed to do that. I had no knowledge. So when I come to the yard, boom. Niggas say, what made you do that? No, you ain't even supposed to be here. After this, you ain't even supposed to be here. So the Bloods is over there, the Bloods group up. So when I see the Bloods group up, I'm like, is the Bloods tripping? Bloods ain't even tripping. Cause Pa Ruben did my tattoos. So the Bloods ain't even tripping. The Crips is over here like, nah, homie, you just don't know no better. He just don't know no better. He just don't know no better. But when you a good person with a good heart, and not just to black people, but just respectful, everybody was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? You good? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people were like, hey, man, you know what? This is my last go around. I'm not coming back up in this motherfucker. After seeing you and meeting you, I'm done with coming in here, homie. This is my last rodeo. This is my last rodeo. I'm cool. And they ain't been back. I haven't been back. But I didn't know I was supposed to get stabbed and taken off the yard. I was in that same prison for 3.5 years on the same yard. 3.5 years on the same yard. My points came down, so they couldn't keep me there anymore. Sacramento, they overrode me twice. Sacramento said on the last time we was on a lockdown. And then we was on a lockdown based on the fact that there was a member from the Mexican mafia that came. Just one. And I don't think you know the severity of that. Because he controls a lot. When I say he controls a lot, immediately when he arrived, staff has to be on high alert because staff assaults go up. Whenever you're dealing with one of them, staff assaults immediately go up. They literally started attacking the police. Like you'll be sitting here at the podium, because you ain't supposed to get so close to the podium. There's a white line. Next thing you know, they trying to stab the cops up. They literally shoot, because they aiming for you. They trying to stab them in the head and the ears and stuff, because they got them bulletproof flak jackets on. You know what I'm saying? So staff assaults go up when an associate from them or somebody like that is there. Now, a lot of people be like, oh man, it'd be a whole bunch of Mexican mafia in one spot. Stop lying. This is not the 1980s. This is not the 70s. All that shit is changed. If you even, you want to know what they associate dragons and serpents with Black Gorilla Family. But dragons with wings is certain tattoos that you'll never see prison again. You'll just stay in the hole. If you have any literature with too much dragony shit, because I was around a lot of trying to do the Yakuza sleeve type shit, right, in detail, you know what I mean? You getting a little too dragony, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna take your ass and put you in the shoe and put you in there unconditionally. What is that, undetermined? A lot of black niggas run from an indeterminate shoe. Whites and Mexicans don't. They don't. I don't know why black people have that little crummy ass gene in them, but it's there in you. Even me, I'm skeptical. I'm like on the cusp of it, and it's like, no. You know how you stick your toe in the water to see how cold it is, and you be like, oh no, this shit too cold? The motherfuckers jumped in a long time ago. It's always the nigga that's half-assing. I'm here to help you. There's always the black man that's half-assing. You half-ass. And then you turn around and, oh, let's go get a bag. Well, are they giving more hours at the job? A lot of y'all be working with the police. That motherfucking white dude wasn't. He's assaulted the police numerous times. So what's the difference between your ass cuz and this white boy right here? You get mad and argue with the police. He get mad and tries to kill the police. Big difference. You don't have the same understanding. You don't. And then you say, oh, you clout chasing, man, you need some subs and some views. Then you turn around, have this nigga turn around and oh, you snitch harboring. Don't put all of this on me. Listen, what's the difference between a leader and a follower? Nigga, you got put on the hood. You didn't start the hood. You a fucking follower like everybody else. What made you different at being a fucking follower? You a violent follower. You're a more violent follower than they are. Stop acting like you any better. Stop acting like you any better. But that white boy, if we was on the same line, he wouldn't cut me up. He don't have to. He don't have to. But there will be repercussions if he tried. And not only that, I know how to defend myself a little bit. He already knew that. He already knew that. Because I wasn't scared of him when we stood next to each other. And let me see your paperwork. Can you imagine a white boy, an Aryan Brotherhood, a Nazi, giving you his paperwork so you can read it? He said, I got nothing to hide. And he meant all business. I haven't read too many black nigga paperwork like his paperwork. But Blood's on the other hand, Blood's got a different demeanor and a different understanding. Because see, CCO fell apart, Blue Nose fell apart, but the UBN didn't. The bloodline didn't. So when something falls a fucking part, that means it wasn't strong enough to last. This is still lasting. So there's no questioning whether this is stronger or that is weaker. Start making sense. If you want respect, you have to earn it. You have to display something that is respectful. You keep calling yourself real smart and you lying. So what happened to the Blue Notes? They fell apart. What happened to Consolidated Crip Organization? It fell apart. What happened to the UBN and the Bloodline? That shit's still there. And it's still there. That means it's stronger. It has not fell apart. It's going through shit. Shit is happening, but it's still there. So why would you ask what's stronger and what ain't? Something that fell apart can't be strong. It fell apart. Stupid ass. I mean, you guys literally, you can't be tough and be stupid at the same time. It's because people are gonna lose respect for you, even though you're tough. Like you ain't finna whoop my ass because you stupid. You know what I'm saying? You might be the biggest, strongest motherfucker on earth, but you so dumb, you can't whoop my ass. You can't. Like, you get that? When I say you can't beat me, you can't. But the best way to do it is to be a liaison with the police, get the bag, and help fuck over your own. And help fuck over your own. Because you want to know what? If you leave the police out the picture and you say, man, I'm gonna just be a freedom fighter for my people, I'm gonna take a stand and I'm gonna do this, and you don't have the police as a liaison, you gonna be locked up like that white boy. And they not gonna let you out. They not letting his ass out. They ain't letting him out. I know that if the gates somehow opened up and he walked out, there are people that he wouldn't want to be around. That man will not accept the company of a piece of shit. He just won't. That's the last thing that man wants around him is somebody that's sour or done did some weird shit and that's running from some shit that's after his ass. Yeah, he don't want to be around them. That man looked me in the face and said, this is a soft prison, I'm not gonna stay here. And then that was the first lesson. I finally get to another prison and another dude get there. He like, this is a soft ass yard. I'm like, well, what's a rough yard? You know what I'm saying? So, well, it's a rough yard. You know what I mean? He like, nah, but you could tell this place real soft. This place soft as a motherfucker. I'm like, okay, well, tell me which ones is hard. He was like, yeah, I ain't gonna stay here. He said, I don't think you probably ain't gonna be able to stay here either. And sure enough, they moved my ass. You know what I'm saying? So when I get to where I'm going, the best thing the police can do and what they will do and what your people have done and nobody's telling you, because every hood has done this to their own people. The police will go get your own people to do shit to you. For weed, a half ounce of weed, for TVs, tattoo guns. I seen the police bribe inmates with the smallest of shit. They got a whole closet full of bags of Canteen, Levi's, 501s, new shoes, TVs that they done took, and you just pick what you want, but you gotta get his ass, cause I don't like that motherfucker. Nigga, I don't never do no favors for the police in there. You need to go home and work with the police. You don't work for their ass in there. If you gonna do right, do right. There's nothing wrong with you going to get a job with their ass, but don't fuck with the streets no more. Cause that white boy, that's why he can't be around you. They can't have him around you, he'll hurt you. His own people wanted nothing to do with him. From the brand, nigga. The top of the food, the Hawk, nigga, the Gazoo. These are motherfuckers that spit your name and you will be whacked. I've been shot twice on different occasions. Medivac and still didn't die. To stab a person to death till you can't breathe no more, it takes a lot of work. You could just hit the right spot and then you'll die. True. But how often do you just hit that right button? I mean, I'm here for a reason, right? These niggas in there working hand in hand with the police. They do hits for the police. They don't do the hits for the BGF. Ain't no BGF sent no kite to this nigga and told him to do it. The police started to get the nigga. Cause he was writing too many what was that, 602s. You got niggas in there that be 602 in the police, and guess what happens? A 602 is a writ habeas corpus. You know what that is? It's a mini lawsuit when your rights have been infringed. And CDC do not play about that shit. Because I told you they had one too many lawsuits already where they got to pay and reimburse inmates. Right? Taxpayers are the ones paying that shit. So they crack down on all of that type of shit. So if let's say a guard came in there and he tore up some pictures of your family while they were searching and they didn't give a shit, and then they broke your TV and it was working and you just got it, You 602 that? They gonna come and take them, and guess what? Let's say you were at Calipat. They gonna take and send him to Susanville. Now he works all the way in Susanville. He went from working in Calipat, had a house in Blythe. Now he gotta leave his wife and they gotta go and move all the way to Susanville. Because that powerful ass 602 caught all of that scandal. So what the police do is they'll have an inmate or have some inmates get him because he always 602ing all the time. He's a crybaby, a little bitch. They tried to pay me to get Serious. I came off of Orientation Road at Centinela and I was on Orientation Road with the homie from Watts, from Fudgetown. He was from Fudgetown. He was a youngster. He was 2 years younger than me, 3 years younger than me. He had been in there for 15 years. He was going home. He got into a fight at CMC and his points went back up. They sent him over there, and me and him both ended up in Orientation Road trying to get on the main line. So we get classified, we coming out. His homies is coming to the cell every day. The Watts car and the Compton car coming to the cell every day. What's up, hey, who cuz? What's up, who's cuz? What's up, cuz? Like, you in there with the homie. Like, niggas lightweight tripping. Like, they was, but I ain't no punk. You know what I mean? It's cool, it's cool. Like, what's up with you? What's up with you? What's up with you? They go tell some niggas from my set, hey, you got a homie over in Orientation Road. Okay, this and that. We get off Orientation Road, boom. His homie had him pulled to Building 1. So he go to Building 1 with the Town Funk Riders. You know what I'm saying? They from Fudgetown. They put me in the cell with Serious, one of the best brothers I ever met. Serious is one of the best brothers I ever met. Serious is a non-affiliate. You know what I'm saying? But a well-respected non-affiliate. And he had like 38 years. But he was a youngster. You know what I'm saying? So Serious wrote some 602s on certain sergeants because they were being racial and doing certain shit. So they wanted me, you know what I mean, to beat his ass. Like, they put me in there hoping I'd fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? Because the correction officer told me, he was like, hey, nobody likes this fool. So if he says anything to you, just beat his ass. We ain't gonna, you ain't gonna get in trouble. But he always try to move all his cellies out of here, man. He acts like a little bitch. So this and that. When I get in there, Serious is one of the coolest motherfuckers. Serious has got so much money on his books. Serious got everything. He don't need for nothing. Serious is nothing but books. It was like a little apartment in there. It was his cell. Little bitty dude. We get to chopping it up, man, and this and that. Serious ain't no punk. Serious will kill you. You know what I mean? He said, build or destroy. I said, well, build, of course. He was like, that's weird that you knew that. He said, because a lot of your kind, they don't know. They just destroy themselves and destroy everything around them. They don't even, you gonna find out. He was like, a lot of that shit's bullshit. They don't really stand for shit. And then when shit get cracking, they get to running and some more shit. I've seen a whole lot of shit. I'm like, look, he was like, here's my paperwork. And he had shit ton of paperwork. I just give him my little bit of paperwork. He was like, don't you think he's like, she's still writing your ass. He said, let me tell you something. Just from what I seen right there, she can't say you wasn't there and she can't say you wasn't a dad because everything that's on there over there, she having it hard now that you ain't there. She knows she fucked up. He's like, she knows she messed up. He didn't say fucked up, he didn't cuss like that. He's like, she knows she messed up because everything over there is letting me know that she didn't need a babysitter when you was there because the baby was with you. She didn't need to help with the groceries because you was there. Now that you ain't there, she's going through it. And where the baby, who gonna watch the baby and who gonna be with the baby, that's all right there. He was like, that's crazy, you gotta live like that. But he said that, you know, that happened. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I didn't hurt Serious, and the guards got mad at me about it. The guards like, because I told Serious what the guards said. I said, hey man, they kind of wanted me to fuck you up, kind of rough you up. He said, which ones? This one? He said, such and such and such and such. He specifically said their names because they weren't working in the building. He specifically said their names. I said, yeah, that's them. He 602'd that shit. He 602'd that shit, and bam, they ass got in trouble. And when they ass got in trouble, this fool comes to me. He comes to the cell one day, like 4 of them. He said, I told you that shit in sheer confidence. And what I told you that shit in sheer confidence. And what did he say? You fucking front me off. You fucking front me off, and I told you in sheer confidence. I said, hey, first of all, whatever you told me, I didn't tell nobody. I said, you want me to whoop his ass? He don't have no problem with me. If he don't got no problem and he ain't disrespect me, I'm not finna just, what you want me to just whoop his ass for no reason? He haven't done nothing to me. He said, yeah, but I told you that in sheer confidence. That fool wrote me up. That fool wrote me up. I told you he's a little bitch. I was like, I didn't tell him shit you told me. I just said they don't like you. He's like, yeah, well, he wrote that shit down. I was like, well, I'll talk to him then. Yeah, and they got mad at me about that shit. They set him up to be fucked up, to be stabbed up. That's what the fuck that was. They said, yeah, you ain't finna just do some shit to me. You know what I'm saying? I have that type of mechanism inside of me. You not finna just do that to me. That's out. You know what I mean? And he wrote that up, and it wanted some retaliation behind it. Now, you can't play those games with the brother white boy that I was in there in the beginning. That's not a person. He's not somebody that they could do those games to. Only somebody on a lower level of thinking, someone who doesn't have the respect that they think they have. You don't do no favors for the cops, because the Black Gorilla family, they don't do no favors for no cops. They don't work with the police. The number one enemy to anybody that's in the shoe, that's a prison gang member, would be the police. Because if it wasn't for the police, they wouldn't be in there. Why don't you start with that foundation of building right there? If it wasn't for the police, they wouldn't be in there. If it wasn't for the court system that didn't hear their side of things, that didn't want to hear their side of things and got blamed for, they got put in there. Sometimes the police do bad things to people, and once you lock them up, the correctional officers have to deal with them. The correctional, you screwed this dude over, you fucked over his rights, and now he's in here, living in here, and I have to deal with him. That's why there's a beef between law enforcement and correctional officers. A lot of times, there's a rivalry there. Yeah, you locked this dude up, you screwed him over, and now I have to babysit him, and he's pissed off. And so the correctional officers, they talk shit. You guys hide behind your badge and hide behind your little guns. All we get is pepper gas and nightsticks. So we gotta literally deal with these motherfuckers with Banaka spray and fucking nightsticks, and you motherfuckers got guns and badges, and you just fuck over them and you put them in here with us. And they don't have shit to lose. That's why there was always a slight beef between correctional officers and law enforcement. Because they're not the same. But I've never heard any of you podcasters talk like this. I've never heard y'all say anything like that. That's how I knew that there are people that are in liaison with law enforcement in certain organizations to hurt their own people. Hurt their own people. It's not that much money in the whole world, you know that, right? If America is bankrupt, why you niggas always talking about a goddamn bag? And it's like, we owe other countries millions of dollars. We are in debt with other countries, but you niggas got all the money in the streets. Is that some Illuminati secretive shit that y'all got going on? I hope y'all don't do my kids like that. But then again, the way I am and the way I'm supposed to be, I think my kid will be like the white boy. Where he's very picky about the company he keep. He's very picky about where you put him at. He didn't want that on his reputation. Oh, this, and I mean, I'm sitting here, the homie from Fudgetown did the same thing. He did. This is soft-ass pen. He was looking right out the cell door. He said, this is soft-ass pen. I said, how's a pen soft? This is penitentiary. How is it soft? Yo, it's a soft ass pen. I said, I came and looked out the window with him like, how do you know? He was like, man, this place soft. Oh yeah, this motherfucker soft. So when he said, man, it was little things. He saw somebody with shower shoes in the day room. Then that was a telltale giveaway. This is a level 4 institution as well. The showers didn't have no automatic you could just walk in and out of the shower. You're supposed to lock into a shower. When you get into a shower, the door is supposed to lock. Because that's the most dangerous place to be in, is the shower when shit is happening. So you lock in. There was no lock in. You could just, the shower is just open. So niggas is taking a shower. A whole riot is taking off. It's some essays fighting other essays like SGV versus some other group. It was like a 3-on-4. And they just getting cracking right there. And niggas is in the shower. No shower cage or nothing. He said there's no shower cage. Then when you go to the chow hall, there was no gunner in the chow hall. It's a mandatory gunner in the chow hall. That's how he knew it was a soft pen. It's a mandatory gunner in the chow hall. Mandatory guns. So what happened was we had a full-scale riot in the chow hall. No gunner. Bloodbath. Straight bloodbath. And the police locked us in there and left. They locked us in there and left and then came back with weapons. Locked us in there and left, and then it just was all bad. But guess who? I told you came. That one dude. I knew he was there before he came. My people told me, hey, go to the store, get all your vittles, get everything you're gonna get, because we finna start going on lockdown. Such and such from the Mexican Mafia just got here. And don't say nothing. Because if you say something and if his people find out who he is and where he at, they drop a kite and tell the police where he at and get him out of there. Because he's finna fuck up the program. He's finna fuck up the program. When I say he's finna mess up the program, you better do what he asks you to do. If you go home next month, you might not go home next month. So let's say you could strike out right here and there dealing with him, and you better not complain about it neither. You better not like, man, no, man, I didn't want to. That they do not want to hear that. And that's where you get all these 50-50 yards and these PC yards and these S&Y yards. Dudes signed up for shit and then they renege. That dude asked you to do something. He'll say, okay. So you don't want to help? Next thing you know, you're getting stabbed because you didn't do what you were asked to do. Why are you even from that shit? No, because it's easy. It's not that easy to get out. It's going to be real easy to cut your ass up if you don't do what you're supposed to do. So you figure this out. Was it really worth it? You already knew what you was going to do when you did it. So you knew I'm just going to be a piece of shit either way. You see what I'm saying? These niggas know what they going to do already. They already know it. And the Mexican Mafia dude got to hide from his own people because somebody's going to drop a kite on him and he can't take care of the business that he need to take care of. So what happens is the Sureños go on lockdown. Then they go on lockdown again. Once you go on lockdown 2 or 3 times, they get a whole year lockdown. That means this penitentiary is flipping. This is a total chaotic penitentiary. This is a total chaotic place. This place is terrible. Terrible. This place is full-fledged terrible. It's chaotic. You know what I'm saying? Don't send me here, send me somewhere else. You can send me to Pelican Bay right now. Just don't, I don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? He's got that place that they got a year lockdown fucking with him. Staff assault, riot, bloodbaths. Till his ass gets out of there, there's no program for him. Blacks, whites, and others, yard. Sureños, no yard. They in there turning pale. They ain't had no sunlight. They in their boxers. They don't have no TVs. And they got 90 days of this shit. They don't get to walk the child. They bring child to their cell. And then guess what kind of food they get? They don't even have no food on that plate. They're fucked. So people be like, shit, we got to find this motherfucker and get him out of here, bro. Like, I know, fool. I don't know, fuck, what the fuck? Y'all don't know if it's the police or y'all don't know if it's the Mexican mafia dude that's back there. It's real fucked up like that. But it's him. He plays no games. I mean, I've had some respect, but I've never had that amount of respect that this man has. You don't even know him and he controlling your shit. You ain't never, at least let me shake your hand and meet you. If you're gonna have that kind of government over my life, he governs shit. And you ain't never shook his hand or dealt with him. That's the power of they shit. It's called a clandestine organization. Clandestine mean very invisible, but very, very felt. And it's hard to explain what's taking place. Like, all this is taking place, and it's like, well, can you prove it? What the fuck you mean, can I prove it? Like this is real shit. Clandestine organization. Very, very clandestine organization. Now, if you're unfamiliar with clandestine organizations, I can help you. If you have the Mexican Mafia symbol on you, more than likely, you're either going to be in trouble about it or you in prison and you ain't getting out with it. So if you made it to the streets and you got that symbol on you, they going to want to know who you are, what you doing. If you dropped out and you got that symbol on you, you know what dropped out means? Means that you no longer want to live your life that way and they okayed it. You go live a decent life. You see what I'm saying? But still in all, it might turn around and bite you. But if you got that symbol on you and you not supposed to, you'd have been dead already. Or they would have been trying to kill you over and over again. They're going to try to kill you over and over and over and over again. That is one symbol you should never tattoo on your body. Ever. Not one time. Not one time should you ever tattoo anything like that on your body. Not once. Not once. And I told you what I did. I covered up the 3. Man, the Maytre gangster cats, they felt some kind of, well, Snake, Spike felt some kind of way, but other people felt some kind of way. They kind of felt like they didn't know where I was coming from, but Spike knew where I was coming from. Spike like, you like, cuz, come here, love one. Spike don't play. He's a little dude, but he don't play. Spike, you could at least did the 5. Why you do the 3? I said, I didn't think about it. He said, man, that's your problem. That's your problem. You could at least did the 5. Don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. Don't you do that no more. You could wait till you go home. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to. This is a time where ignorance is bliss. And then not only that, you gotta respect me because I want to do my own shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, you don't run me. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how that place work. That ain't how that place work. I will say this about Crip, about certain blacks. There ain't a black that ain't never been checked about his behavior and how he needs to behave. Because they gonna tell you just like this. If you disrupt the harmony on this yard with that Crip and Blood shit, we gonna remove you personally. And it's called a coalition. It's gonna be a coalition of this and that, and they gonna stab the dog shit out of you. Excuse my language. They gonna stick you every which way but loose. If you trying to disrupt the harmony and the solidarity of the black man. And the weak ones and the ones that are liaisons and the people that are already compromised, they will do favors for the police, such as attack people such as myself that has the message to stop the message. They will put this person and put him in the perspective of a highly respected individual. You know what I mean? I don't care who you listen to. I know what the hell I know. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do, because I know what the outcome gonna be. But money, that's real weird how money is the tool that's used to commonly degrade the Negro. Degrade the Negro. Quick question. Do you got more credit than you have money? So it's safe to say you don't have no money, you just got good credit. You tell me which one. Well, how come niggas don't think like that? You know the difference between a black man and a nigga, don't you? What's the difference between a black man and a nigga? Only the nigga would be the person to answer the question. You even dignify that with a response. Some black people have a nigga in them. You know what a nigga is? He chooses to be ignorant on purpose. He chooses to be foul and wicked and scandalous on purpose because that's his conduct. That's how he lives his life. That's the mentality of a nigga. But what do you have when you have women who like niggas? And they are attracted to men with those characteristics. Okay. Now, I've only seen a few transgenders in my whole lifetime. But I mean, being locked up with some, I've only been locked up with 2. Like they were at the prison, like I've been locked up with 2. Now I know this. The higher you go, like level 5, level 4, I don't think you really see them because I never saw them. I didn't see them until I got to like level 2, level 1. And the reason why I didn't see them because a lot of them don't mainline. Remember we discussed mainline in the beginning? A lot of them be in like reception and be on lower level yards. I don't think you want to put a tranny or a transgender male that really resembles a female on a level 5 yard, level 4 yard. I think he would be raped and killed. Severely raped and killed. I think you can use your imagination and figure that out and unalived. Like, I really believe that's, you know what I'm saying? Now, you want honesty, I'm gonna give you honesty. I have seen some transgenders that, how can I say this? They might be a little more feminine than a lot of dudes' baby mamas. When I've seen Hawaiian transgenders, I've seen Puerto Rican transgenders, I've seen black transgenders, I've seen a Samoan transgender. Now, I've done time with a Samoan transgender, and it was the last 2 years. I was at a level 2, and they sent him from wherever he was at to where we was at, and I couldn't believe all the so-called dudes they came out of the woodwork. And the Samoan, he was Samoan, but he had been gay all his life. He's transitioned, he still had his private parts. That's what that was. But CDC was trying to help him transition too, because he was already transitioning. But this is not a small individual. And he'll knock your ass out. I'm talking about thunderous ass blows. He socked up. He was squabbling like with 3 motherfuckers. Like boop, 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 boop. But the cold part about it is how can I say this? He's a person. he's a person, but not only is he a person, he was a veteran ass tranny through the system. Like he been with some real gang members, like in the cell living with real gang members at one time. Like he was older than me, cause I'm in my 20s. I'm in my early 20s. This dude, I got names, and I got a whole lot of names, like who he dealt with. But guess what? He didn't like blacks. He liked Mexican dudes. He like his boyfriend on the street was a Southsider. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was, Southsider get caught with him from Clanton. Southsider from Clanton get caught with him. But the Southsider, I believe, Southsider already was kind of bad already. But he was like a hothead. He was like, you know what I mean? He was like respected, but whatever the case may be, but like an ignorant one. You know what I'm saying? Like with the racial shenanigans and shit. He get caught. They set a booby trap. Had another race watch him. He went in there with the Samoan and got caught. And boy, did they rush him that night. And then the next day, because they rushed him and moved both of them. They moved the Samoan and they moved the Mexican dude. They sent him over to a whole nother side of the prison. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna tell you is crazy. So the next morning, he come to the yard. I told you the Southsider ain't no punk. He come to the yard. They beat him so bad, there was a broken part of the concrete, like a big old concrete corner, like right there, like a big, like this. Like this was broke, and it would teeter-totter, right, by the handball court. They picked that up and hit him in the head with it over and over again. Like, bam, bam, like just slamming it into his head, and until a puddle of blood come from up under. And yeah, they left his body there. So we come back from yard. His body is still on the yard, laying face down with that puddle of blood running from up under it. And so boom, they find his body, they lock us down. Boom. Everybody get on their racks. So we get on our rack. Boom. Now they haven't got the Samoan brother yet. You know what I'm saying? So the others, they don't play that. You can't be gay. You know what I'm saying? The others don't play that. So if you're an active homosexual, you gotta leave. You can't be there. If you're an active homosexual, you can't be there. Others don't play that game. You know what I'm saying? So you either not active and you start acting like you a dude. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was the Samoan was a transgender, but he had to dress like a dude and act like a, he motherfucker was. It was crazy, but he wasn't allowed to be gay, because the Samoan's not playing that. You know what I'm saying? So he was, he did some shit. They rushed him. They like 3 of them got on him. Boom, boom, boom. You can't be on the line. Boom, 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 bam. His ass could fight. I told you he was very veteran-y. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't name the dudes that was with him, because the homie's gonna call me instantaneously. Oh man, you gotta take that down. Come on, take that down, man. Don't, cause that hood been calling. It ain't just that hood, it's other hoods. But when I told you when he got there how they came out the woodwork, I was like, wow, man, yeah, a lot of dudes are gay, like a shit ton of them. But that's a hate crime when you attack somebody for being gay. That's a very serious hate crime, and you can fight a life in prison for that. It's a very serious thing to attack somebody just because they're gay. They haven't done anything wrong but just be gay. So when they jumped on him, there's a lot of studs that work for CDC, like the sergeant and lieutenant. They were both women, but they were studs. You know what I'm saying? They were like male butchers. They were like women, but they were manly. So the Samoan, the punk, he told them, like, they trying to get me because I'm gay. And then sergeants and lieutenants did not play that shit, so they charged everybody with a hate crime and gave them a new strike, and they was over in the Chino Hole fighting cases. And that was for getting him off the line, the Samoan. But the dude from Clantone 14, they found his body on the yard, remember, and locked us down? Yeah, that was behind that homosexual activity, because the Samoan didn't like black dudes. He dealt with them on, you know what I mean? And that's what he was, but he had told me that though before, you know what I mean? I knew that about a year or two before the whole incident. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because based on some associates that I have, he knew not to, like, he would never disrespect me. He's like, I would never disrespect you. And this and this and this and that, because I had certain associates. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's, you know, I don't know if I could say his name, man, but I do miss that dude. Pretty Rick PR, Rafiki Joker, from the Black Gorilla family. Pretty Rick don't fuck around. Rick is an older dude, an old dude. Like most Gaidis are old. You know what I'm saying? But they be having their hands in a lot of different associates, like the Native Americans. Like Rick and the Native Americans was real tight. Like certain brothers was real tight with Native Americans. So it's like you can go to the Sweat Lodge and be with them. You can go be with the Muslims. You know what I'm saying? And it's just all love. It's no, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm over here with the Muslims, and I'm over here with the FOIs, and then I'm finna go to the Sweat Lodge with the Native Americans. And then it was like other little revolutionary groups, like, what is it? Like, because Native Americans have their own little prison gangs too. You got Iron Feather and Eagle's Claw and stuff like that. And like revolutionary groups, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like they just don't play that shit. Like Puerto Ricans, and because he's Pretty Rick is half, it's either Cuban, Rick is Cuban or something like that. Puerto Rican or Cuban, but he's from the Black Gorilla family. So that's a secret that y'all haven't discussed, that you could be Puerto Rican, Cuban, or Samoan and be a liaison to the Black Gorilla family. You know what I mean? Things can get done through certain groups. Like they might send a hit through others. They might send a hit through, you know, Puerto Ricans and Cubans, and they do be part of, it's not just a black group. You know what I mean? That's a big myth, because not too many people know too much information about it. It's hard to pinpoint a lot of shit. Some people might think black guards are a part of it. Like it might be one or two black guards in here that agree, you know what I mean? Like we totally agree with whatever they read or understand. You know what I'm saying? I personally, I don't really, you know what I mean? I could tell you this, you ain't gonna be from the Mexican Mafia and work at UPS. That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be a Nazi lowrider and work at UPS. You're not gonna be an Aryan Brotherhood and work at UPS. Whatever it was, you stopped doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because they wouldn't put up with the shit that they would have to put up with as those type of members. Those type of people don't really put up with that type of stuff. Peace. Nah, let's go up in here. Fuck that. Come on. I'll be as late as I want. Because I work hard as hell. I work hard as hell. My muscles be hurting when I finish working. My back be hurting. Hey, lady.
Hi,
what up?
how are you?
I'm all right. Don't get too small over here. You're gonna do a little thing, just a little bitty thing. Why?
That's the point.
No.
No, I don't think I would look good that skinny, to be honest. I believe some people already have some children.
They say a woman that's big, she got a refrigerator to go in and out of. That's a sign of wealth. In African culture, the thicker the sister is, the more wealthy she is.
Type shit.
Yeah, you can't be starving. Look at you. You laying down resting. You ate. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people ain't. Some people ain't got no refrigerator. They still at home with their mom and dad.
Type shit, not me.
I don't want to stay with my mom and dad. I want to stay with my dad.
I don't say nobody.
I think my sex life would be horrible. No sex life.
If you live with your mom and dad?
If I was living with my dad.
Of course. Why would you?
My dad don't play. Like, I'm moving. See, I gotta move. You can't keep getting hotels. You gonna have to either save up your money and get out. So now I can't get a room. Now I'm just at the house. No, that's not cool. Yeah, rent is like $2,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Peace. Bam. Yep. Yeah, now, before I met any gorillas, I met that white dude. I met the white dude first. See? So before people are like, oh man, you'll hear niggas tell you a whole bunch of stories like, I didn't really do, I didn't even this and this and that. You don't really do, y'all don't be really doing nothing no damn way. Y'all don't be really sticking to shit. That's why I hurry up. I ain't been back. Have you noticed? I don't care what nobody think about me. I bet you if I do go back, I'm not getting out no time soon. And I don't be having money for lawyers like that. I don't be, what is that? File an appeal. How you get caught? I got caught red-handed. So I think trying to file an appeal and you get caught red-handed, you're not taking accountability for none of your actions. You know what I mean? Like if we go up into this bank and we get caught inside the bank robbing it, or get caught in the parking lot or on the freeway with all the shit, and then you trying to file an appeal as soon as, like, you know what I mean? I'm filing an appeal. Like, are you taking any accountability for what you just did? Are you taking any accountability for what you just did? And no, you're not. You just want to continue being free, right? And not accept any of the consequences. And that's where you get S&Y yards from, PC yards from. That's where you get those viewpoints. Again, these are facts. What makes you a leader when you joined a gang that you didn't start? You joined somebody else's shit. And not only that, you joined somebody else's shit, and the person that started, he don't even do the shit no more. Like this dude started and then left. And you've been joining what he started and he don't even mess with it no more. And you want to be respected. You demanding to be respected. You demanding to be respected. Yeah, but there was some, like at the most I've seen like 4 transgenders in my whole, and 2 out of the 4 I did time with. The other 2, they were just in the whole facility, like the whole penitentiary. 2 I did time with. And talk about it. You get your ass whooped by one of them too. Beat the brakes off you. Boo, 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 bam. Wham, boo, bam. Boo, bam, blam, blam. Boo, like, damn. He just got his ass whooped by that tranny. I think your career in the toilet after that, like, yeah, like the tranny whooped on you. Yeah, I think your whole your career just, you oughta just, you wanna know something that's gonna really hurt you? Who are you? You'll tell me who you are to your hood. That shows that you seek validation and you need to exist on that level. think they're going to Iraq. I think they're going to Iraq. People say, man, nobody want to hear nobody talk that long. Yeah, you would want to listen to the liaisons. You would want to listen to the liaisons. I literally gave you all the answers. And you want to listen to somebody that the police could pay to hurt you. The police can't pay me to hurt my own people. I'd rather go where that white boy's at, in the shoe, and can't get out. I'd rather be in there. I mean, what I'm gonna do, sit in there and be like, man, I should have just gone and fucked my people up. Yeah, next time, you know what, fuck niggas. Fuck that. And that's what a lot of y'all did. Y'all don't be giving no shits about you don't be giving no shits about nobody but yourself. Y'all, I mean, you literally hate your own. The white man can't even pay me to hurt another white person. Like if the white man came to me like, we need you to get buddy, you know what I'm saying? And things might be a little better for you. Nah, it don't work that way. I know he white and all, but I don't get down like that. I don't do no favors for y'all like that. Either I'm gonna work with y'all or just, you know, leave everything alone. I mean, if a nigga wanna do law enforcement, do it. But you ain't gonna do both. Not around me, you ain't. Yeah, you can do law enforcement, man, that's a good thing. That's a good job. I ain't never met a homeless cop. I ain't never met a homeless law enforcement person. A needy, begging law enforcement person. Yeah. So if that's what you're gonna do it. But you can't do both. Nigga hurt you. The nigga hate you. Nigga don't like you. You don't be doing no favors for no cops. Weird ass nigga. And yeah, niggas tried to do me like that. You know who y'all is.